Ready to go?
Ready to go.
All right. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Annual notice this meeting was published. Sorry. I just had to eat dinner. I'm sorry. Is that what you're making fun of? Annual notice of this meeting was published in the Union County Local Source, the Newark Star Ledger. Said notice was posted in the municipal building and a copy is on file with the office of the borough clerk. Fire exits are located in the directions I'm indicating. If you're alerted for a fire, please move in a calm, orderly manner to the nearest smoke-free exit. Proper notice having been given, the borough clerk is directed to include the statement in the minutes of the meeting. Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Here.
Councilman Johnson.
Present.
Councilman Signorello.
Here.
Councilman Rapina.
Here.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Here.
Councilman Patel.
Here.
Mayor Signorello.
Here.
All present, Mayor.
Opening prayer for Pledge of Allegiance.
Eternal God, grant us thy help in all our duties and perplexities. We ask for thy guidance. Give us thy protection in our dangers and sorrows. Grant us thy peace. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. There are no communications for review this evening. There are no proclamations or presentations for this evening. May I have a motion to approve meeting minutes pending any corrections?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion that bills and payrolls be not read and passed for payment?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to open the public portion on agenda items only?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If anybody wants to come up and speak on agenda items only, it's a pretty light crowd tonight. Okay, I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public portion on agenda items only?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have no reports this evening, but may I have a motion to accept the reports of departments as submitted? Do I even need that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Andrew, please read ordinance number 2780 by title and report and recommendations received from the Land Use Board with respect thereto.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance number 2780 is an ordinance amending Chapter 40, Section 3005 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Driveways. The report of the Land Use Board is as follows. Please be advised, the Roselle Park Municipal Land Use Board, the Board, reviewed ordinance number 2780, an ordinance amending Chapter 40, Section 3005 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Driveways. The Board voted unanimously to refer the ordinance back to Mayor and Council without reservation for adoption.
May I have a motion to take ordinance number 2780 from the table for further consideration?
So move. Second.
No debate. All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2780?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Rapina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is adopted.
There are no ordinances for second reading this evening. Andrew, please read ordinance number 2786 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2786 is an ordinance for introduction, ordinance amending Chapter 27, Section 6, Subsection 3 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Imposition of Charges.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2786 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as August 15th, 2024?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? So Andrew, so this one is, for anybody who's watching, who's been keeping up with a lot of the stormwater stuff, obviously we had a big stormwater hike. There's ongoing discussions. We just got a bunch of state aid to help mitigate a lot of those costs. Ongoing discussions, how quickly we can use that, and hoping to use it this year to make sure that second payment doesn't happen. Stay tuned. No news on that quite yet, but we're going to keep pushing for that. This is changing our ordinance. This is the way we calculate it, right? So the idea would be we use winter months as a baseline because you're only using the water that goes back into the sewer system during the winter months. During the summer months, you're using it for watering your grass, you're using it for your pool, not things that necessarily go into the sewer system. So the hope is this would be a more fair way of doing it based on actual use, so. Any questions, discussion? Okay, call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Rapina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is introduced.
Please read ordinance number 2787 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2787 is an ordinance for introduction. A bond ordinance to amend Section 4H and 16 of the bond ordinance, ordinance number 2776, entitled "A Bond Ordinance to Authorize the Making of Various Public Improvements and the Acquisition of New, Additional, or Replacement Equipment and Machinery, New Information Technology Equipment, and New Automotive Vehicles, including original apparatus and equipment in, by, and for the Borough of Roselle Park and the County of Union, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $3,987,000 to pay the cost thereof, to appropriate various grants, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance the cost of the appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, adopted May 2nd, 2024.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2787 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as August 15th, 2024?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Andrew, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Signorello?
Yes.
Councilman Urbina?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons?
Yes.
Councilman Patel?
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor, the ordinance is introduced.
Okay, please read ordinance number 2788 by title.
Yes, Mayor, ordinance 2788 is an ordinance for introduction, an ordinance amending Chapter 23, Section 1.5 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Conditions of Permits.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2788 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as August 15th, 2024?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion?
Andrew, could you kick this one off?
Sure. So this ordinance would add a stipulation to our road opening permit process. So for every permit issued or in any emergency, it provides for a requirement that the public utility company predominantly or anyone else opening the road would need to notify those residents in the area of 200 feet around the opening of the date and time of the excavation and the extent of the excavation, any other mitigating factors like safety, any potential impacts to utilities like water or electric or gas. In emergency scenarios where that's not possible, such notice would need to be provided not later than 24 hours after the excavation, and all of the notices provided have to be in writing, and copies need to be provided to the municipality.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you.
Andrew, I have one thing with this. Did we send this change out to the residents on, or can we at least notifying people of the change via that we send a monthly? What's the thing that we send
The
out?
newsletter?
The newsletter, the bulletin. Can we please add this to the bulletin to as an addition of notification to the people and to the residents? I would appreciate that.
The ordinance, about the ordinance?
Yeah, about the change that they have
The
to
amendment.
notify within 72 hours. You know,
But doesn't this only affect public utilities?
For 99% of the time, yes.
Yes. So
But I would say less than 5 times in my time here, but we can do it.
no, I mean, if it doesn't really happen, well, with the residents asking to open up the street, because I know it happened downtown
It did.
before, then I would say no. But if it does,
There are times when it happens.
I think we should go that extra mile.
That's fine.
Thank you.
It doesn't take any effort at all, as long as it gets adopted.
Appreciate you.
Okay, Jay?
No,
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
All right, roll call?
Councilman Petrosky?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Signorello?
Yes.
Councilman Urbina?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons?
Yes.
Councilman Patel?
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor, the ordinance is introduced.
Please read all resolutions listed on the consent agenda by title.
Yes, Mayor. Resolution 17424 is requesting an agreement with the County of Union to permit the installation of rapid rectangular flashing beacon systems along County Road 617, commonly known as Fayette Avenue, at various locations. Resolution 17524 is accepting the resignation of Lauren Harms for the Municipal Land Use Board. Resolution 17624 is appointing Albert Apo as a member of the Roselle Park Fire Department. Resolution 17724 is authorizing the mayor and borough clerk to execute an agreement with the County of Union for certain community development activities for fiscal year 2024 through 2025. Resolution 17824 is approving the insertion of a National Opioid Settlement Fund grant as a special item of revenue in the 2024 municipal budget in the amount of $3,443.44. Resolution 17924 is authorizing a 2-year renewal of a shared service agreement for animal boarding and kenneling services with the Township of Woodbridge. Resolution 18024 is authorizing the borough clerk to auction unclaimed vehicles. Resolution 18124 is authorizing extension of the grace period for payment of third quarter property taxes for the year 2024 until August 29th, 2024. Resolution 18224 is authorizing the tax collector to issue a reduction and/or refund on 2 sewer utility bills in the total amount of $7,427. Resolution 18324 is approving the time due calculation in terms of final payment for Paul Biamonte. Resolution 18424 is accepting the resignation of Daniel Cowan from the Roselle Park Fire Department. Resolution 18524 is authorizing a $25,000 increase to the open-ended goods and services contract with Rich Tree Service, Inc. for tree trimming, pruning, and removal services pursuant to New Jersey State Contract Number 18 DPP 00645, reflecting a revised contract amount not to exceed $100,000. Resolution 18624 is authorizing the tax collector to issue reductions and/or refunds in the total amount of $6,436.98 on 4 properties as authorized by the Union County Tax Board. And Resolution 18724 is approving a collective bargaining agreement between the Borough of Roselle Park and Roselle Park PBA Local 27 for the period January 1, 2025 through December 31st, 2029. Resolution 18824 is appointing Tyler Paris as a member of the Roselle Park Fire Department.
Okay, we pulling anything?
Mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to, 17524.
Me too, but
Okay.
That's fine.
Anything else? Okay, may I have a motion to approve the resolutions remaining on the consent agenda?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt Resolution 175-24?
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes. Okay, when I first got on council, I was a member of the Land Use Board, and Lauren Harms was our chairman, and I thought he did an excellent job. He will definitely be missed, and, I was very sad to see that he was leaving, because I felt he did an excellent job on the Land Use Board. That's it.
Do you have something,
yeah,
Jerry?
I'd just like to add, Lauren Harms always has his heart and soul in Roselle Park and gives his best. And ditto to what Councilman Petrosky is saying, that said he'll be missed, and he's a knowledgeable person in the construction, and thanks for his service. Thank you.
Cool. Call the roll?
Councilman Petrosky?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Signorello?
Yes.
Councilman Ravina?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons?
Yes.
Councilman Patel?
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The resolution is adopted.
Cool. Reports, well, we're speeding through here. Let's go, Councilman at Large. You can go first.
So, last Wednesday, I attended, I'm going to have just a tad for Councilwoman's sing-all at the Gazebo Park was the first one last week. I couldn't make last night's, but I tell you what, last week, there was a couple young ladies there last week that I won't hide, that brought tears to my eyes. One young lady, and so happens to be my neighbor, just the way she was hitting some high notes. It's a nice little thing that goes on the Gazebo Park. I know Councilwoman, she'll talk about it, where it was moved into last night because of weather, and just a good thing. Attended the last 2 cool downs, and Councilman Jay will take over that, but I just want to remind everybody that the farmers market is up and running, even though with the heat and people aren't coming out as much, but some of the products that are being sold and at the market is good. Please visit the market downtown on Wednesdays till, I believe it's Thanksgiving Wednesday night. So that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Johnson?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, council, residents. I would like to start off with a couple of community announcements, starting with the update to Berwyn and Avon. Neglia, our borough engineers, have finalized construction plans for Avon and Berwyn. At this moment, we're currently waiting for NJDOT to complete their review and approve of said plans. Hopefully, we can commence as early as fall of this year. I just want to personally thank Andrew for sticking with me throughout this whole thing. This was one of the first endeavors that I wanted to accomplish when I first got on council. And look, sometimes it takes a few tries. So we're finally getting it done, and I'm certain residents in that area will be excited. I look forward to seeing the stone and the new sidewalks and things like that myself. So thank you, Andrew, personally. Secondly, I would just like to thank the American Legion's Auxiliary Unit 60 here in Roselle Park. Ladies, you guys did a wonderful job putting together such a much-needed fundraiser and community affair. Our first annual cigar night. Thank you to all the elects that came. Thank you to Mayor Petrowski, Kanjan, I think you might have been there too. If not, I just want to make sure I'm capturing everybody. Chief Farino and everyone that came out to support that event. The Roselle Park veterans are under some financial constraints, and fundraisers like this help us get by yearly. So thank you. And anyone that want to support, please come by. It's open to everyone when we do these community events. Now, residents, as Borough Public Safety Chair, I would like to ask residents, visitors, to please be mindful to observe all parking ordinances, rules, and state statutes that are put in place. Unfortunately, there are a few hot spots in town, like around Dalton Street and Union Road, where sadly, some people don't mind blocking driveways, parking in prohibited areas, wrong side of the streets, parking, etc. After many discretionary and mitigation attempts, law enforcement has been asked to step up police presence, ticketing and towing offenders. So residents, be advised to follow all of these things. If you're a customer, patron, or guest, please have some consideration for the residents that live in that area. And please use the parking lots that are across the roadway when conducting or supporting businesses in our community. Sorry, I have to keep saying please, but I just really need to drive this home. Please follow the parking ordinances and state statutes that are put in place. That includes residents. So everyone, please. Oh, and before I forget, congratulations to the class of 2024 in Roselle Park, and a special congratulations to my son, Gabriel, for graduating this year with honors and for being a member of the National Honor Society. Rutgers, rah, rah, here we come. So I just wanted to say, good luck, son. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Councilman Petrowski?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to give out my contact information. If you need to get in contact with me, please email me at gjohnson@rosellepark.net or 908-303-1519. I'm sorry, now that concludes my report.
Councilman Petrowski?
Sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I want to send my condolences out to Christine Frost, Margaret Tumulty, and Pamela Reynoso. If you remember the name Pamela Reynoso, she used to run the Arts Festival for many years until she came down with cancer. So my prayers go out to all three of them. June 28th, I attended the Cigar and Whiskey Night at Post 60. Again, please, if you can help the veterans out when you hear about these events, please show up. It's definitely a fundraiser for them, and they could use all the money they can. But it was a good night, and it was very profitable. So, again, thank you for all the veterans. July 1st, I attended the fireworks, okay? Many compliments. A lot of people told me it was the best we ever had, but it was a very good show. And it was very crowded. July 9th, I attended the cool down. July 10th, the open mic. Again, like Councilman Signorello said, them two young girls do a great job. They have a great voice. Yesterday, I attended the Acra Park meeting about what's happening there. So more to come. We're going to have to look at a couple things, but hopefully we get this up and running, and it'll be a new Acra Park. Today I attended the joint sewer meeting, and we approved the construction for the pump station, okay? Also, I'd like to have everyone send prayers for Paul DeVito, who's an operator with the DPW. He did have brain surgery, and he's in rehab right now, so prayers for Paul, please. And his family are appreciating all the prayers that have come his way so far. If you need to get a hold of me, you can get me at at rosellepark.net, 908-666-7821. And I also want to thank State Senator Nick Scutari for his help with the $3 million. For, again, I know all of us got many complaints about and that was a big hit.
Yep.
Yeah, and Mayor, I also want to thank you for all your involvement in it also.
Thank you, sir.
But that was a very good, nice hit we
Outcome.
got.
Yep.
Okay,
Cool.
and that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Urbina?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Roselle Park. On June 28th, I had the privilege of attending the Union County Means Green Grant Ceremony at the Community Garden on Valley Road. I extend my gratitude to Union County for their support, and a special thank you to Tim Coakley, Emil, Corinna, and all the dedicated volunteers and residents who contribute their time to the garden. Your efforts not only provide essential food for our community, but also educate families on sustainable agriculture. During my visit, I also met with Crossfield Products across the way to address concerns about cars parking beyond their driveway apron, obstructing business operations. A simple solution of striping was implemented to alleviate this issue. July 1st brought a spectacular fireworks display with standout performances of the national anthem and God Bless America by Tiffany Narvaez and Michaela Guzman, respectively. The fourth annual Community Cool Down, which kicked off on July 9th, drew record crowds and garnered coverage by News 12 during this recent heat wave. The event provided much-needed relief, along with the ice cream I got for the kids, and was also supported by the PBA 27, who distributed ice pops. We just had one this past Tuesday, with winds pushing that cool water towards the 7-Eleven. Big thanks to our fire department for working with me since 2021 to keep this going. So a reminder, the next cool down is Tuesday, July 23rd, from 6:30 to 7:30. And last one for this year's series is Tuesday, July 30th. It's across from Roselle Park High School on West Webster Avenue. On July 10th, I attended the county's Transportation Advisory Board meeting where Jackie Garcia, our borough representative and the county's board's second vice chair, successfully motioned for a request to update and re-examination of the county's bike and pedestrian master plan after 17 years. This initiative aims to modernize transportation strategies across Union County. The following day, I attended a town hall discussion here at Borough Chambers that addressed a pressing community issue, which, while spirited, demonstrated our collective commitment to resolving a long-standing challenge and will improve our borough by enhancing stormwater capacity on the east side. I'm grateful to our mayor, Senate President Scutari, and our representatives on Assembly who came to this borough's aid and helped offset the impact on taxpayers with a significant amount of relief, $3 million to be exact. July 12th found me attending the New Jersey Trails Action Network meeting, where discussions focused on enhancing funding and focus on micromobility, bike and pedestrian safety, and trail initiatives with DEP and DOT. Recently, on July 15th, the Municipal Land Use Board meeting reviewed a new homeowner application on Filbert, approving a small bump-out addition to their second story, with Mayor Signorello suggesting an additional tree planting to enhance the neighborhood's green canopy. Looking ahead, I invite all residents to join us for our second annual family swim night on August 7th at Cranford's Orange Ave Pool. Pre-registration is required, and please bring identification confirming residency upon arrival. In light of current national tensions, it's crucial to uphold our First Amendment rights while fostering civility, unity, and respect within our community. Despite differing opinions, we all share a common goal of maintaining Roselle Park's charm and adapting to change together. Lastly, to my constituents in the Fifth Ward, thank you for your continued engagement and feedback. Your concerns are important, and I remain committed to addressing them promptly. Please feel free to contact me at jrubine@rosellepark.net or 862-236-0019 with any questions or issues. I've also created a Linktree account where I've got quick links to a number of useful resources, along with a sign-up to pool night, a comments and suggestion form, Casano Center calendar, municipal waste and recycling calendars, miscellaneous forms and documents, school info, how to report along Grove Street and Westfield Avenue. It's a beautiful mural commemorating the Rahway Valley Railroad. Please, if you haven't, check it out. A lot of love and heart went into this. It's a beautiful piece that not only is a nice welcome coming from west to east and as you enter Roselle Park, but it also is to raise awareness of the rail trail that'll be hopefully coming to our municipality soon, and I'm excited about that. Also, best wishes to Paul DeVito and his family. And Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you.
Councilman Patel?
Good evening. The Roselle Park Community Garden is thriving in the hot weather, and the Environmental Commission has lots of free organic produce available for residents. Please follow them on Facebook, sign up for text alert, or email environmentalcommission@rosellepark.net for more info. And lastly, thank you everyone who was involved in getting the $3 million aid. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Rubino, whoa. Councilwoman Lyons.
It's okay. I just want to say, well, good evening, everyone, and everybody that's watching and the few that are here. It's definitely a thankful Thursday, as everyone has already said. I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for America. I'm thankful for this hometown. I am thankful for this community. I'm thankful for the voices that do come out. And each individual that we connect with in a good way, in a positive way. We did have an amazing fireworks show. I just want to report that the food trucks, especially the ones that I know personally, said that Roselle Park came out and supported, and it was so awesome to see, because sometimes we have things and it just falls to the wayside, not in even a horrible way, but you guys really came out and supported, and they felt it, and they are so grateful. It's awesome to see the cool down that's happening, Councilman Jay. It's so great to see kids coming out, families coming out, and it definitely brings back that feel of when we were growing up. So it's beautiful. The summer nights open mic have started on Wednesday nights. We had our second one yesterday. We did move it to the youth center. I really appreciate John Ranieri just saying yes and having that open for us. So that's coming along awesome. We had a full packed schedule with people coming out, artists singing, and we also had people to support. But I definitely want to encourage anybody that's listening, please come out because it's a free night. It's talent. It is, it's just amazing to watch. These kids are 11, 12 years old, and they're singing, they're playing music or trying to tell jokes, whatever's happening. But it's definitely a good night to come out. I also want to thank Land's Music. We have our own music school. I always talk about them. They are really, really pumping out just amazing music, and kids are going, so even from other towns. So if you do not know about it, definitely contact me or I'll hook you up with them, and they're great. I also just want to say thank you to Paul Biamonte. He finished this past month, and I just want to say thank you to him and what he did for Roselle Park, and I just appreciate his services. I also want to say in regards to Post 60, I did go to the karaoke nights, but I wasn't there at the cigar night. But I did talk to a couple people about setting up maybe a link or something. If we could do something, you guys have my support. I would love to be able to help gather donations or whatever we could do.
I always see you. Oh, that's why I said that.
I'm usually in the corner somewhere. And also to last but not least, the $3 million should be celebrated in this town. I am so grateful. I thank you, Mayor. I thank the Senate President, Nick Scuteri, everyone that worked on that. It is truly a blessing for this town. So I'm grateful that it just did not end with how it was going, and you picked up the ball and you just ran with it. So we need to really recognize that. You don't do it for the applause, but we are applauding you, and we just thank you for it, because you know what? You got punched a couple times.
I did so many times.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rosetta.
But
Thank you.
you're a fighter, so yes.
Yeah,
We should have been cheering the last time that we were all here. And,
Thank you very much,
So I just
Councilwoman.
want to
Appreciate it.
bring that. And on a tiny sad note, and it's hard to even say, Rita Pharmacy was hit this week, and I put that out there. The chief actually contacted me. I did speak to someone at Rita Pharmacy. I just want to say to the community, like if you see something, say something. That's how, something went wrong. The alarms didn't go off. Somebody reported it and people came in. The whole thing is that we don't accept that in our town. And we condemn things like that, but at the same time, let's just keep going, stay strong, and report something. And I know Rita Pharmacy will be coming back hard. So I'll just leave you on this note. I read something. It's from a tea. I drink yoga tea or yogi tea. It said, "Let your energy build others, not destroy them." So let's do that in our town. And if you need me, rlions@rosellepark.net, 908-726-8773. And please download the My Roselle
love it.
Park app. It's all on there. Everything that we say, it's all in here. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I love that. I have no report, but I think, Andrew, you wanted to mention something?
Yeah, I just wanted to make mention of, Resolution 18124 was approved. I just don't want it to get glossed over. I know some of the members of the public are coming in wondering about when they're going to get their tax bill. So just so everybody knows, we actually can't send out tax bills unless they're estimated, which we try not to do because that means we have to spend money twice on sending bills out. So we finally got the rate because the state adopted their budget about right at the deadline. So we got our tax rate a little bit later than we should have, but again, not our fault. Tax bills will be going out probably at the end of this week, if not early next week. The grace period has been extended until the end of August, so you have until August 29th to pay. So don't feel like you're behind the ball because you haven't gotten your bill. They haven't gone out yet. And don't feel like you have to pay exactly on the same schedule you'd be used to. You have some more time, again, until August 29th. So I just wanted to make sure everyone was doubly aware of that so there's not confusion and concern.
Cool. Okay, may I have a motion to open the public portion on any subject matter?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If you'd like to come speak, please come forward to the microphone, state your name and address for the record.
Hi, Council. Jerry Veltri, Ragland Drive. I was a little late, so I just want to be correct on this.
Yep.
Great job with the $3 million.
Thank you.
Our second sewer bill tax, we're not paying it?
So I'm asking, obviously, it's not due till when?
October 1st.
October 1st, right? So there's a couple mechanics we need to go about, right? Like legalities, right? Like however this works out. It's harder than just saying, hey, we got the $3 million, forget the second bill. We need to also figure out when the state's actually giving it to us, right? We assume it's before October. The goal is for that to happen, right? And if you've prepaid for it, we'll come up with some mechanism where you can get a credit for next year.
Credit or a check, yeah.
Yeah, or come in the finance office. So I'd say it's likely that will be the outcome, but I can't say for certain until Andrew has.
We'll be notified.
Correct,
Yeah.
100%. So
Okay.
we'll send out a letter in the mail. We'll bring it to the high heavens to avoid that. But I would ask, if you have not paid yet, for whatever reason, do not pay the second bill
Right.
until we have that clarified.
Okay,
Yeah.
good enough.
And look, even if I feel very confident we'll be able to deliver it this year, but also if it happens next year and this was a one blip and things go back to normal next year, I think that's a good outcome too. But we'll push for this year.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought it was for the 11 years. Now, we have to go through this again next year?
No. So what I'm saying is, so we owe in aggregate $4 million,
Right.
right? So
Not
this
three.
covers 75% of that.
Right.
So if we pave that off, right, then we don't have to keep paying that fine next year, right? So we had a payment plan for 11 years. We won't have to pay that fine for whatever, 8 years, right? And we'll find another million somewhere, right? Maybe it's another grant next year or something like that.
All right. Good job again.
Thank you. Yep. Anybody else? Do you mind coming over to this one?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
My name is Rocio Diaz, and I'm from Warren Avenue here in Roselle Park. I'm coming up here to bring to attention the parking issue on Warren Ave. We've noticed now a pattern of cars that are parked there from Wednesday to Wednesday and moved on Thursdays, early morning, given that there's street cleaning rules. There are 6 vehicles. We have pictures of the make and plates, and we also know the source that they're coming from. They're coming from a business right around the corner. I don't know if I mentioned this, but it's been a pattern of maybe 6 to 8 weeks. As you're probably familiar, all these streets are quite small. We live
Yeah.
at the end of that little reservoir.
Also, if I know what businesses, they've been a problem for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually put in a call to the traffic
Control, yeah, sure.
Today, and just left a message
Yep.
advising them of this.
Yep.
But I did want to bring this to everyone's attention.
Yep.
And see what next steps are.
Yep.
What is being done about this.
Yep.
And how will the residents of Warren Avenue, but also of Roselle Park, have the communication of what are next steps and what's happening? Even just for a business parking permit or resident parking permits, because that has been an issue.
Yep.
For some time now, as the town builds, and we love to see it.
Yep.
But we want to make sure that the town is aware of the parking issues that exist. And as we grow, we want to make sure that we are, adapting accordingly.
Yeah, and just out of curiosity, and you don't have to name names, but is it an auto body
It
place?
is,
Okay,
yes.
got it. Yeah, so I love it. We solve the issue in one place, and it gets moved to another.
Right.
This is the first I'm hearing about it being an issue in Warren, or Warren Avenue. I don't have a response right away. Honestly, this is the first I'm hearing about it today. I would love for you to just send those pictures to me, mayorsig@rosellepark.net.
Okay.
And I will get you a formal written response that we can share more broadly as to what next steps would be.
Okay, great.
But unfortunately, the chief of police is not here tonight. I'd like to get his input.
Yes.
And see what solutions he has in mind.
Yeah. And I think, again, it's been a recurring issue on this particular street.
Yep.
For a couple of years, as the neighborhood has changed, and
Yep.
we're open and we love that.
Yep.
But I don't believe that the city has done an adequate job at, addressing these issues that happen. We're happy to have and support all the businesses here and the residents, but, we need to make sure that, people who are paying taxes to live here
Yeah.
and who are part of the community have all access to it, so, yeah.
No, it's on a personal level. Look, I'm pro Roselle Park business.
Absolutely.
But we have people who abuse the system.
Correct, yeah.
And it's not, we have some business owners that play by the rules and are good partners, some that are not. We've had to address that via permit parking in other areas. Permit parking has its ups and its downs, so that could be an answer there. I would love to just kind of digest it, talk with the PD, give you a formal response
Okay.
before kind of shooting
Great.
from the hip.
Great, thank you so much, everyone,
you.
for
No,
your
thanks for
time.
bringing it to attention.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Anybody else? Going once, going twice, going 3 times? I'm seeing no one. Okay. May I have a motion to close the public portion on any subject?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, there are no items for closed session this evening. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good meeting, everybody. Thank you.